It started with a sealed black envelope, slipped under his door without a sound. Harold Baxter, junior at executive and part-time skeptic, chuckled at the bold Gothic lettering. Your fate awaits. Midnight, 713 Bleaker Street. Curiosity, not belief, drove him to the address. The room smelled like old velvet and grave dust. At its center sat a crystal ball on a brass pedestal, surrounded by shadows that moved like they breathed. No one greeted him, only a note. Touch and be shown. He did. A burst of light, a scream. His own. The orb swirled with a face, his twisted in agony. Behind him a cloaked figure rose, eyes like blue coals and a hand raised in curse or command. The last thing he saw before blacking out was the creature's smile and the paper now blank. Clara Vance, nose for trouble and columnist for the Daily Clue, followed the trail of vanished men to Bleaker Street. She thought Harold's disappearance stank of scandal, maybe cultists or a high society snuff ring. What she found instead was a humming crystal, brighter than any lamp, waiting on the same table. She'd barely leaned in before a windless gust blew out her cigarette. A woman's face, hooded and ancient, bloomed inside the globe. Not just a face, but a presence. It knew her, whispered her name. It said, "The others wait." Inside. Files flew from her desk as the temperature dropped. On the table beside her, the business card of a private eye she'd never met curled into ash. Bobby, a paperboy and self-declared magician, saw the glow from the sidewalk one late night and snuck in. What he found made his hair stand straight. 2 men were already inside. One hunched old-school detective style. The other, an oily gentleman with manicured hands and a stare like boiling tar. They argued in hushed tones about containment and sacrifice. "Kid," the detective said, turning to him, "you see this goblet? It ain't just glass. It's a prison. The thing in there wants out. Wants to be. The more people look, the stronger it gets." The boy blinked. "But why me?" The stranger smiled. "Because you believe." Now only one remained. Roger Vance, Clara's brother, stared at the now still crystal. The stars behind him had gone quiet. Even the insects outside had stopped singing. The glass pulsed faintly. He reached out, and the room was full. Ghosts. Not translucent wisps, but solid things, staring, watching. The man with the slick hair stood just behind Roger now, his shadow crawling up the wall like a hungry centipede. "You came to find them," the man said. "You came to see." Roger's hand trembled. The orb fogged. A face swam up. His sister's. She screamed. Then silence. Then only the stars, glittering like teeth. Epilogue. No one lives at 713 Bleaker Street anymore. The building burned itself to the ground the following week. No cause found. But if you walk past on a cold, quiet night, sometimes, just sometimes, a blue light flickers in the ashes, and a voice says, "Touch and be shown."